Live.
Hello. We are
Hello.
live now.
We are
Ah,
live.
huzzah.
Huzzah. With no warning to us. We could have been talking about anything. You monster shadows. I approve. Hello. We are.
I'll do a countdown next time. I don't know. The problem is it relies on the intro video.
At most, what we would be talking about is the new Owl Daddy in our house and how, while he's an asshole, his voice is great.
Anyway.
Not our
Hello.
house. Very dumb.
Moving on.
I will find where you live, Ryan. I swear to God.
Well, we don't
Anyway.
threaten other people where it's recorded and on, live, please.
That wasn't a threat. I told him I would find where he lives.
Anyway,
I could be finding where he lives to deliver him a box of chocolates.
We're the Explorers League, and this is
We are.
Blood in the Streets.
We are. Hello, we're the Explorers League, and this is Blood on the Streets, a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition show set 2 years after the fall of London. We are, I'm Doozabin Dan, and these wonderful reprobates are starting with Shadows.
I'm gonna put the overlay sort of order in chat at one point so that way we can just follow that.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a
That's
better
nice.
bet.
Shadows.
Yes. I'm Shadows. I play Lucia, the wonderful Malkavian nerd.
Sarah.
I'm Sarah. I'm playing Lauren, who is Ventru for the most part, and is currently a firefighter because reasons.
Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm playing Jean Morse, badass with Sombra. Don't touch my girlfriend.
Ryan.
I'm playing Joey Whispers, Clan Tremere, and I want to touch her girlfriend.
Toreador.
Toreador. There are too many clans to start with T's.
You have a rose behind you.
Well, the answer to that is there needs to be less clans to start with T. Clearly. Anyway,
first we wipe out the Tremere.
Hi, I'm the lazy gerbil, and I am playing Timothy Lockhart, Ventru Sniper.
and together with their powers combined, they can summon Captain Planet.
Yeah, honestly,
Why are you like this?
With our
Why
group,
not?
With our group, we're more like some Captain Pollution.
It's fair. It's fair. With their powers combined, they summon Kane. Oops.
If we had that ability, that would be interesting.
Yeah, let's not put that out in the universe.
No.
No, I've said before, Kane's just busy chilling in a cave somewhere. That's Kane. That's where he is.
He's in an apartment on Xbox.
He's playing the latest Grand Theft Auto. Anyway, the last week we left our coterie as they finished just seeing what was left of the Chantry and visiting Ashton and Lucia did a little bit of hacking, just some slight hacking, just a little bit. Nothing particularly egregious. Nothing that's spreading across the country like a technological plague. No, nothing of the sort. It was just a little bit of hacking, just a little bit.
Just a smidge.
And Timothy ate a person, or at least tried to. And
So he specifically didn't eat a person because I pulled him off in time.
Giggity.
Stop it, please.
And that's about where we left off. So some time has passed, and I'd say a couple of weeks have passed as you've been settling in. You've been getting used to living back in London and having a little more freedom out from the ever watchful eyes of Queen Anne and her court. we start with Lauren, who is nearing the end of her shift. You are sitting in the fire engine, watching as the crew is coming out of a building having put out a fire. Please roll me a wits insight, Lauren.
All right. It's insight, yeah.
Yep.
Mm. No bonuses, yeah.
No.
Cool. Ugh, one success.
Never mind. You don't notice anything. Okay. Well, this is going to be a much shorter scene than I intended. Then, do you want to re-roll?
You know what? Yeah, I will willpower reroll that one because it is
Okay.
literally the first roll of the session. So,
Okay.
yeah, so that's reroll up to 3. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. You can re-roll all 3. So.
I got an extra
Yeah.
success, so that's 2.
Well, yeah. You.
That's a great start.
It takes you a moment, but you realize that a couple of the firefighters, one of them is a woman who is pretty experienced, like she's been there a long time, and she just has this confused look on her face, and she seems like she's trying to explain something to someone, and she keeps glancing back at the building as if she's unsure of something. Do you approach her? Or do you just let it go?
No, I will approach. Sorry, I was just distracted. So I'll go
Yeah.
over to one of the other firefighters and like, why do you keep looking back? We've already done what we can here.
Trying to randomly think of a name.
Mark.
What? Mark and Emily. Fuck it. Mark and Emily.
I'll be writing these down. You know this.
Yeah. Emily's pretty sure she saw something. Mark thinks he saw something. And honestly, the fire was a little weird.
What do you mean weird? It was an electrical fault, wasn't it?
That's the thing. We were, from what we could see of the electrics, there's nothing wrong with them. The electrics were fine.
Well, I mean, we can't really sort it out now. We're gonna have to.
No.
If we need to investigate this, we can probably get the police involved or whatever. If you suspect foul play.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. We didn't see any sign of an accelerant either. No sign of a starting point. It's like the fire just happened. It's weird. I mean, we'll need to get people to come in and do a more thorough investigation, but it looks weird.
All right. Yep. I guess we're gonna just have to see how it goes, really.
Yeah. And as you get back into the fire engine, you hear Mark and Emily pass, and you hear one of them mention something about the phantom fire. But it's just as they pass, you hear something like, "This is, I'm telling you, this is like the phantom fire," and that's all you hear as they pass you.
I'm actually gonna chase them up on it as we're like getting back in. It's just like, what is the phantom fire?
And Emily looks at you, seemingly surprised that you don't know what that is. For a moment, it's just, "Oh right, you weren't here then." Right. So okay, this is fucking weird. So like 10 years ago now, back in 2004, we get called out, right? And we there's this warehouse. It's on fire. We get a report this warehouse is on fire and it's bad. We get told that there's somebody inside, that the smell is awful, like there's a lot of people there, and the fire is intense. So we race out there.
Well, yeah, especially when there's people in danger. That's
Yeah.
That's our priority.
Yeah, we get out there as fast as possible. There's nothing there. Not a single person in danger, not a scorch mark, nothing. No sign of any fire. The only
Do you reckon it's like a crank call or something?
yeah, maybe, but then there was the woman, the homeless woman. She it's a homeless woman opposite the warehouse, and she started talking about how there was a fire there. And then when the police turned up, because, you know, if there's arson going on, the police get informed. And they go to take her for questioning. She gets led away and then never turns up at the police station.
Huh. Okay, so internally, Lauren's thinking, okay, there's probably something supernatural going on because she knows what she is, and she also knows that that Mark and Emily are just people. They're just firefighters.
Yeah.
So she's like trying to figure out how to gauge this without giving away that she actually knows that supernatural stuff exists.
Yeah.
It's like, what, are you thinking that we were like haunted by some bizarre fire ghost? I mean, come on, it's a bit early to be on the sauce, right?
No, it's just it's weird because leading up to that night, there were a lot of missing persons reports in that area, like a lot. And then the fire and nothing. No missing persons reports, and the people who are missing never been seen or found since. In fact, I still remember the address, and she gives an address that is very familiar to you, Lauren. You've been there before. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you've been there before.
Is it my old casino?
No.
Think more gates.
It's you would remember you and your coterie went there 10 years ago. That's how you became a coterie.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she actually just kind of goes quiet a lot and just kind of like right.
I had to bring that up somehow, or bring that into the story somehow.
Yeah, she's like so she's like kind of like rattled, but she's gonna try and pass it off as like she's just kind of unnerved by the idea of like a phantom fire that just comes out of nowhere.
Roll a intelligence occult. See if there's any possibility you might know anything about this sort of thing.
Oh fuck. Okay. I have no occult.
Oh well, this is gonna end poorly for you then.
Hey, I got one success.
Supernatural's weird, yo.
Yeah, I didn't expect that to be really. I'm surprised I got one, to be honest.
Yeah. The supernatural's weird, yo, and that's all you get. You have no idea how any of that could have been possible. You can check out the warehouse if you want.
Sorry, what was that? I cut it.
If you want, you can check out the warehouse yourself. It's been 10 years, but there might be something there.
I'm going to let the Coterie know that I'm doing this. I'm not just going to do this on my own because that is insane. So I will just say, I suppose we could check it out. I'll be heading back that way anyway once I get off shift.
I mean,
and then she's going to just spend the rest of the
does she say that,
engine.
or does she just think that?
She kind of says, well, she doesn't say that I'll be passing it by. It's like I could check it out later, kind of thing. Like she's not.
I mean,
it's not really a commitment or anything. It's like, okay, I guess I could check it out if it's a weird thing.
I mean, it's weird, but feel free to knock yourself out. No one's been there since. None of us have anyway.
Are there any other stories like this? I know I only joined the last couple of years, but it seems like it'd be more in the terms of like the weird stories that nobody else talks about.
Sometimes we do get weird ones. Fires that, like today, don't have a starting point, don't have an accelerant. Sometimes we get. Okay, so here's a weird one. Got a call to a fire. The fire was real. It was there. We pull out someone. It's their remains, but whatever the hell they were not human. Or they were some kind of deformed, like horrifically deformed person, because whatever that was not normal.
Well, it could have been like warped by really intense heat. Like you've seen the fire damage of some of the buildings we've had to put out. Like fire gets really hot when the smoke itself ignites.
Yeah,
that could be it.
Yeah, that's the general theory, but I don't know, man. Like that thing was weird.
Well, maybe you can have a look back at the station, see if there's any reports or anything on it.
Yeah, I mean, knock yourself out. A few of the guys back at the base, or back at the station rather. They love reading up on the weird cases, but nothing's ever come of trying to investigate them.
Oh well. Well, I guess that's that kind of night. So first round's on me when we get to the pub.
I'm going to hold you to that, and everyone just cheers. And you drive off, and the camera pulls out of the truck and fades to black, and we fade in on Timothy, who is pulling a few hours shift at is something wrong, Shadows? Oh, you're trying to bring your camera into focus. Lol. Timothy, you are at the women's shelter, standing outside.
And right now he's actually leaning on the door frame just outside, and he is smoking. And right now, unlike normally, he is wearing like a, how some like nightclubs have those security black tees. He is wearing one of those, and like one of those like mailman tweed caps. Caps nice. With like a pair of jeans, and yeah, he is just leaning there, being casually intimidating because I have the obvious predator trait.
Right. When after you stood there for a while, you hear the door behind you open, and you hear a quiet voice, she has a name that I'll try to find later, but fuck it.
Ashley, let's just go with Ashley for now.
She's Asian, so we'll go with Aska. You know her first name as Aska, and she steps out. She's wearing a white jacket, black top, and dark blue jeans, and white trainers. And she steps out, and she's got slightly longer than shoulder length, straight black hair. And she looks at you and just gives you a smile. I don't suppose you got one of those to share?
He pulls out a pack and smacks it on his arm and pull just like that. Yeah.
She takes the cigarette.
He even pulls out a light and lights toward.
Yeah. Yeah, she takes the cigarette and the light gratefully, and two of you just stand there, and after a moment, she's just, so how long have you been working security?
About a year now.
Does anything ever happen at this place? Like, has anyone ever?
I had to
found?
beat the shit. I had to beat the shit out of one guy once. Yeah, let's just. I gave him a real bad shiner, and I think the word spread around. Nobody fucks with this place ever since.
Right. Yeah, some of the girls were talking about that. Apparently you're a pretty good fighter. So
And yeah, like now that he's wearing short sleeves, there is a tattoo on his upper arm that is basically like, you know, those tattoos that some Marines have?
Yeah.
Like and I was in the US military at one point tattoo.
Right.
That is pretty clearly visible on his upper right arm.
Yeah, you're a vet.
Yep.
She put gestures to the tattoo.
Yep. Afghanistan.
My dad served.
Oh, what unit?
And she gives a unit. My older brother's currently serving. He's good. He doesn't know anything about this. If he did, he'd go AWOL, get into a lot of trouble.
I like him already.
It'd find my ex and put him in the ground, which, you know, while I wouldn't mind knowing that my ex is gone, I don't really want my brother getting into that kind of trouble.
Got any little ones?
Thankfully, no. Not yet. I mean, I thought we would. You know, I thought this was the one. I thought he was special.
I mean, before I say this, kids are great. I love kids. It's just when the people here bring their kids with them, it's just those are the worst.
Yeah, it's always hard. I mean that those kids have to grow up with that, with the knowledge that the monsters exist.
And while we're talking, he is not looking towards her. He is like you know, looking outwards. I'd like to roll a wits awareness if you don't mind.
Okay. Wits awareness? I mean, not sure what you're looking for.
Oh, sorry, I only have one hunger. Can I re-roll that?
Well, yes, you do. You can, I mean. But like you got nothing regardless, so oof.
3 successes.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Looking for people loitering around. Basically, he is security, and he is doing the security, making sure nobody suspicious is around.
I mean, there's a couple of people, like a few people that walk past. Some people that might. Like there was a couple earlier that like came along and like went into an alleyway. You can probably guess what they were doing there. And like a few people walking by, a few cars, but nothing particularly suspicious. And Asuka just like almost done with her cigarette by this point. She says, "Don't take this the wrong way, but I wish you weren't necessary."
I get what you mean. Interesting. Like, in the ideal world, I wouldn't need this job. Like, this job wouldn't be needed.
No, in an ideal world, everyone would just be nice. But well, look at where we are.
He snuffs the cigarette on the wall he's leaning on, and like tosses his butt in a garbage can because butts on the ground are the worst.
Yeah. There's like an outdoor ashtray kind of thing. That's there specifically for anyone standing security outside. And
when she says that, Timothy is like, you should have been here when I first started. Like, when I first started, like, a little kid, was like 4 or 5, came to use the bathroom and I was in the lobby. I scared the shit out of her.
It's terrible.
Oh,
But she laughs.
Yeah, let's just say there's a reason why I'm standing out here and not in there.
That's terrible. That poor kid. But like she's like got a mischievous laugh. Like,
I gave her a teddy bear next night. It was fine.
"Aw, aren't you a sweetie?" And
Hey, I have a reputation to keep up. Shh.
Okay, then you're a very scary sweetie. And she gives you a little playful pat on the arm and goes inside, like after putting the fag out in the ashtray. And yeah, so that's where we end that scene. And I think that's when the time skip happens, unless there's any scene anyone else has they want. No? Okay, then a couple of weeks pass and you're getting settled in, stuff happens. Do any of you go and check out the warehouse?
I will have mentioned it to them, so whether or not anyone comes with me, I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Also,
Timothy would check that out with you. If
should we all do rouse checks to wake up?
Oh yeah, if you want to do a rouse check.
Yep.
Joey would come with you, so you can use his aspects if no one else around can.
Yeah,
Can we assume that we fed in the time skip?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's more we still need to rouse every time we actually wake up.
Oh yeah, no, I wanted to see if I was rousing to 2 hunger or to 1.
All right.
I would say we could assume that if we're doing a time skip, we probably actually fed rather than just spending 2 weeks not.
Yes. Like if we're doing time skips, I will let you lower your hunger back to 1 because I'm not that mean.
Our characters aren't idiots.
Yes. One would hope. One would hope.
In that case, I have a thing I kind of want to do before we do anything else, and it's entirely just I'm going to wake up for the night, leave just to do. This is actually one of my nights off, so I'm not working all the time. I'm just going to come back, and I'm just going to come back to the Haven with a bunch of flowers and present them to Jean, and then give her a hug.
Aww.
Lucia's just eyeing you.
And Timothy is sitting on a chair, on like a chair, and basically looks at Lucia and goes, "That is what we call a peace offering."
So I'm kind of just imagining Timothy just leaning to Joey and going, "I ship it."
He is not that type of person.
I missed all of that because my connection just dropped.
I think Joy would be the one leaning in.
Timothy staying there, sipping some wine.
Timothy leaned over to Lucia and said, "That's what we call a peace offering."
And then I joked that I was expecting Timothy to lean to Joey and say, "I ship it."
I think it would be backwards. I think Joy would be.
True.
Jean will take the flowers, kind of smile awkwardly. I'm taking, right? And then just put them aside.
I know you have your own tastes, but what is a beautiful woman without roses?
And Timothy is actually smiling, but also doing the Vulcan eyebrow raise at Lauren, and basically he is non-verbally going, "What are you getting at?"
Yeah, just bemused.
At the "What a Beautiful Woman Without Roses," Joey plays around with the little rose pendant on his choker.
Jean's going to look over at Lucy. And then turn back to Lauren with a smile on her face, lean in, and just whisper thank you in her ear. But there's definitely a vibe of she's doing this to mess with Lucy.
But she's just gonna, you know what? Actually, Lauren's just gonna give her a very light kiss on the neck. It's like anytime, and then just head back to Timothy.
And Timothy just looks at you, and full conversational volume just says, "You are an unrepentant shit disturber."
I know, it's great, right?
At this, Joey would stand up and walk over to Lucy and gently pour her a glass of wine off and goes, here you go.
Thanks.
I know you work hard with this place's security.
She just grabs it and in her laptop we just see her switch one of the notes from saying bullets to fire bullets.
Just no further context is provided.
There's a reason I gave the roses to Jean and not Lucy, because Lucia would probably had a much weirder reaction to it.
I hope those aren't for me, she says, playing softly with Lucy's hair. When she reads that note get changed.
She just switches back to a CAD drawing of a spot robot with a mouth gun. Like, it'll be for whoever bothers us.
That's good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, are we going to visit that warehouse then? Or are we going straight to try to find the NOS?
Well, I think we should
First?
probably check out the warehouse.
Well, given that my colleagues were mentioning about something that very clearly wasn't human, I reckon whatever the Zamichi had left behind wasn't fully destroyed.
That particular case of something that didn't seem like it could have been human or was a very exceptionally deformed human. That was from years and years ago. Like, this is from like back in Emily's early days, like 20 years ago.
Oh, right, okay. I thought you said it from 10 years ago.
No. The Phantom file was from 10 years ago, but she was telling you about other weird cases. Sorry, I should.
Wait, was the Phantom fire was the turning up and there was like no fire whatsoever?
Yeah. The Phantom fire was the fire in the warehouse. That was from 10 years ago when you guys first became a coterie.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Like...
Yeah. Oh, right. Well, there wasn't anything that was non-human found there. There was nothing found there.
Right, okay. No,
sorry.
I got the two mixed up.
Sorry. I should have been more clear. My bad. So like, there's been a random weird fires, weird emergencies, just things that have happened over the years, weird cases, because it's the world of darkness and weird shit happens.
Yeah. Assuming the Coterie is okay with it, I'm actually tempted to go to the Tremere and just kind of like ask her for advice on, hey, what causes fires without any fuel?
I mean, okay, you can go.
I think Joy and I could answer that question.
I do have my own library.
You could try. You can both roll an intelligence occult.
Can I just assist Joy? I think he has a better pull than me.
Or one of you can help the other.
With intelligence occult, I believe my pool is Imisec doing maths.
If it's more than 5, it's better than mine.
It's 7.
It's better than mine. Take a +1.
If Duzo allows me to use my library, since we are in my haven / our haven, it would be an additional thing. So I'd have 8 dice. So 9 dice if I've used your.
Yeah. And then you can roll them tasty 9 dice.
And I'll roll.
Can I do the same thing with the library too?
I mean, you can assist Ryan for an extra
Technically, anyone
dice.
can use the library?
Yeah.
I'm rousing and I pass because all good things happen to Joey. Nothing bad ever happens to Joey.
Actually, yeah, I am going to assist Ryan.
So Ryan, you get 10 dice.
Plus I'm rousing, so that's an additional 2, so that's 12 die.
Jesus. If you didn't know the successes.
Well, that's a thing. Plus, I'm gonna.
I think
You rolled 18.
Do you want to re-roll so you can get a super crit?
No, I need to reroll.
No, that's just the wrong dice pool.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Oh,
yes, that's too many dice.
That's way too many dice, but damn. That is a hell of a success.
Yeah.
Except it's wrong.
So that's 12. So roll 12.
Hey, and I am going to re-roll that just for more, even though it's another crit.
I mean, that is a crit.
I know, but I want more.
So that's 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 successes.
Yeah.
So with 7 successes, you know that fire can come from a lot of things. There are things that exist in this world that the vampires make a point of not trifling with. Mages are definitely one thing. Wraiths are the purview of certain clans, but even they are hesitant and will make sure to take precautions. There are other things, there's Fae, which you're not that sure about because there's lots of what information you found about Fae is very conflicting. There's one story where Fae can manipulate fire, and there's another story where Fae can manipulate ice, and there's another story where Fae can't do either.
There's also the lupine and their elemental spirits.
Yes, the things like that. There's all sorts of things that can cause fire to just happen.
And there is, of course, the mythical blood clan, old blood sorcery fire that is in legends. That they say some Tremere can literally throw fireballs. But how true that is, of course, it's hard to judge because Tremere don't share.
Well, actually, we do have a friend at the Chantry that we can ask.
I know.
This is why I was heading to the Chantry, given that we were on somewhat amicable terms with her.
But we were just going through my library first because no point wasting someone's time if we can find the information ourselves.
Well, in that case, we can possibly see if she has greater information as to whether it's a mage or whether it's a wraith of some kind.
Indeed. If we limit down what we can ask her about, then maybe showing our intelligence would be a boon. I
think actually Lauren will actually just pause and just mutter to herself, I forgot I could do that. Before she just sort of clears her throat. I could go to the scene of the fire and have a look at the spirit world in case there's any lingering effects.
I could also go there, and if you would like me to, my eyes, of course, are tuned to the spiritual, as well as I could try to force a premonition, maybe get a better reading of what caused the fire.
I reckon we should probably do this before we go to the Chantry. We might as well help Ice with as much information as we already have so she doesn't have to do all the legwork.
So it sounds like me and Lauren will be heading out that way. The rest of you, how about we split up, and how about you guys go and visit the Shadow King?
Enjoy the sewers.
Smelly sewers.
I totally am not doing this because that I would rather.
Lauren's just going to put a hand on Joey's shoulder. She's don't worry, we're going into the sewers later.
So Lauren, as you go, Timothy actually just walks over and goes and basically just pulls out a 9mm Glock and just hands it to you.
She literally just takes it, and then because she's currently just wearing she's not even wearing a suit at the moment. She's just wearing essentially her vest, like she wears under her firefighting gear. She'll just like put it to the back of her trousers.
And he gives you a kiss on the cheek and goes, "Stay safe, love."
Oh.
Always.
Am I the only one here who doesn't have a significant other?
Yes.
I feel so neglected.
The camera just hard cuts to the corpses in the cellar.
Why does no one love the Tremere? I mean,
you're Toreador. I'm a Tremere.
Because you're not Tremere.
Oh no, sorry, I'm Venture.
Joey would say it's
plot
right.
twist. Plot twists. Lauren's actually Tremere now.
No, that was me.
Joey would say it right. Ryan is a bimbo.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure Joey's a bimbo too, just a different kind of bimbo.
No, Joey's too smart to be a bimbo.
Anyway,
but you can fake it. Good.
Shall we fade away to a manhole cover?
Sure, why not?
Mm-hmm.
I reckon, yeah, you guys do the sewer thing first because there's more of the Coterie doing that.
Okay, so the camera pans outside the club and we watch as the Coterie splits off into two, with one pair going off to investigate the warehouse, and the trio going off to a manhole. You find the nearest available manhole and you go into the sewers with no problems. It's smelly and dark and horrible down there.
Oh, Timothy is actually wearing a suit with galoshes that go up to his thighs.
If Lucia could get a change of clothes, that would be amazing, and she would also basically wear very disposable, very plastic, very water-resistant clothes.
Actually, yeah, Timothy would do the same. I'm thinking now. He's still wearing nice clothes, just clothes he's not attached to.
He's basically wearing like the whatever Joy's like cleaning people wear, like not the ones that are actually seen, just the ones behind the scene, whatever jumpers they use. That's what she's wearing. Something she can burn. So
the moment Timothy gets into the sewer, he is going to look for a rat. And I think you know what I'm looking for.
Okay, you find rats. I'm never going to make you roll. It's a sewer. You find rats.
How big are
I'm
they?
looking for a rat that looks smarter than the rest.
Okay, roll an intelligence perception, a wit perception rather.
Oh,
sorry,
that would be intelligence awareness.
Yeah, that.
Three successes.
Okay. A lot of the rats are scurrying back and forth, but you noticed a couple of rats watching you with curiosity.
I look directly at one of them and go, "If you would be so kind, go back to your master and tell them the Scourge of Queen Anne is looking for the Shadow King."
Charisma Animalkin, please.
Okay.
Because you're trying to convince a rat to do a thing and you're not its master.
I pull out a little Cheez-It. One success. Can I willpower that?
The rat takes the you can willpower. You can reroll 2.
2 successes.
The rat takes the Cheez-It hesitantly, and at first you think it's just going to eat the Cheez-It, and it looks at you. It looks at you for some more. Do you have any more?
Yeah, he pulls out a couple more.
It takes the other Cheez-It, and it eats that, and then runs off with the third one, and goes presumably back to its master.
And he is just politely waiting at the entrance to the sewer.
The second rat is the second rat that was watching you is looking at you like you personally offended it.
And I give it 4 Cheez-Its. I give it some Cheez-Its too.
It happily eats the Cheez-Its.
He came down here to bribe rats.
I came down here to bribe rats and kick ass, and I'm all
Lucia
out of
just goes
asses.
invisible.
And he's just waiting.
Yep, it takes some time, and eventually you hear that with awareness from everyone.
That is 3 successes.
Damn. So Lucia and Timothy notice pretty quickly. Jean notices like a beat afterwards. And you hear what sounds like scuttling across a wall, and you see a Nosferatu come from around the corner, and they look very peculiar. They are walking on all fours. Their back is arched, and they look almost feline, with long, powerful-looking paws and claws, and huge fangs, and big, round cat's eyes, or feline eyes, anyway.
Timothy walks up, and with a slight smile, just goes and holds out his hand to shake and goes, "Timothy Lockhart."
And the Nosferatu purrs, and just you as it opens its mouth to speak, you hear a hissed voice just say, "What do you want?"
"I would like an audience with the Shadow King."
Presumptuous.
"I'm willing to pay."
Why do you seek the Shadow King?
"Assistance, information, a possible alliance with the Queen's court."
Queen Anne lives then.
"She is very much alive."
And what of Mithras?
"He is too."
And there's a sneer of disgust. How many kindred survive into these nights?
"At recent count, how many survived?"
There's a lot that have gone missing. There are a bunch at court, which I will have exact numbers on when I finally finish going through the book, which is a good thing we're having a break, because then I can finally finish that shit. There's a lot of kindred. There's a lot that have gone missing. I'm
just gonna pull out random numbers, and we can and we can edit them later.
There was at least 12 when we regrouped after the first night.
Yeah.
Timothy just goes, 15 confirmed dead, 10 missing, and there are currently 18 at court.
Okay. Thanks, Tim. Okay. I have somebody write those numbers down.
Liable to change.
Liable to change, yes.
Yeah. I have not spoken to the Shadow King. No one has. and no one can. Let me show you. And the Nos turns and starts walking back down the tunnel.
And he follows him or her.
Looks maybe feminine, you're not sure. They are very hairless, but they walk like a feline. They walk on all fours, and their legs and hips and that are very animalistic shaped. So their walking is kind of weird, really, because they're still humanoid, sort of.
Timothy has been around for 50 years. This is nowhere near the weirdest Nos he's met.
No, probably not. Definitely not the grossest Nos he's met. This Nos just leads you deeper and deeper into the sewers, twisting corridors. At one point, you're pretty sure that you should be above ground, but you're still in the sewers.
Yeah, Timothy is not even trying to keep his bearings because he won't.
No, and then eventually you come to, after quite some time, you come to not some large meeting room which you might have been expecting for someone with the name Shadow King, but a small hidden away room that is which is sealed away behind many walls and many many traps. And inside the room you see upon a stone slab a body. This body is severely ripped apart. Like there are a lot of burns and debris damage to this body, and it is completely unmoving. And the Nos just says, "The Shadow King is in torpor. None of us can wake him."
Without even speaking, Timothy pulls out a knife, slits his throat, and bleeds into the Shadow King's mouth.
His throat? That's a little extreme.
Like, no.
What?
Wrist.
I meant wrist.
That's not your throat.
Wrist.
Yeah.
I know what I said. I meant wrist.
I need to.
Just...
What's the Shadow King's generation? Because
I can look it up.
Than this.
Yeah.
It's like 8 or something.
Yeah, you won't be able to wake him up then.
Actually, I think it's just 2 dots of hunger per dot.
No, so
I thought to wake up someone of a particular generation, you had to be a higher generation.
It depends on blood potency. Like your blood potency has to be higher than theirs to wake them up.
All right, yeah, your blood potency is not higher.
The length of time that they, but I mean the length of time that they're in torpor is equal to, it's like a thing on humanity. Like if you're at 9, then it's like a week. If you're at more than that, it becomes like a month and then a year.
Yeah, his humanity is low.
Timothy would still do it. I mean,
the Nos just sort of like
pretty
lets
sure his
out
body should be healing.
It's healing slowly, but he is like there was almost nothing left of him. The only reason he survived is because he is so old and powerful.
Jean's gonna tap the Nos. So
how much hunger do I get?
It looks like you lost a fight with like an oven.
Operation Antigen used explosives. The Shadow King tried to protect us. He kept many safe and almost perished. He lost his pet. He will be sad when he wakes, and he will be angry.
Sorry, I was just wondering, How many dots of hunger do I lose?
How many do you give?
He would give 2. So I'm at 3.
2 rouse checks, then, please.
Oh.
Yep.
No, feeding another vampire is just.
Yeah, it's just trade of
You
hunger.
lose
It's
it
not a
all.
rouse check.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, then. In that case, you lose 2 hunger. Sorry, I thought it was
Yeah. No infinite blood.
pity. Scrolling down to find the Shadow King.
I sent you the page.
Did you? Oh, sorry, my bad.
So Timothy
all right.
doesn't know much about elder vampires, so he's just
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you ain't waking him up. There is a way to wake him, but we have not been able to find her.
Who are you looking for?
An ancient one. Her name is unknown to us. She changes it regularly. But she is of the Forbidden Clan.
Would Timothy know what she meant by Forbidden Clan?
You can guess.
Hecata?
Nope. She is no. Actually, she wouldn't say the Forbidden Clan. She is of the Usurped Clan.
Oh. What's the clan the Tremere nommed?
Salubri.
Salubri. Oh, so Timothy just goes, Salubri?
Yes. She is very old. She could help us, but she stays hidden. She too fears Antigen's wrath.
Okay, he looks at her and goes, myself and my coterie are tasked with the destruction of Operation Antigen by Queen Anne.
A bold task. There will be consequences.
Yes, there will be. Those consequences could be mitigated with the help of Clan Nosferatu.
You cannot mitigate a martyr. When you kill Khan, that is what he will be. He will be a martyr, a rallying point, a symbol for the humans to march behind.
Martyrs can't set fires.
We have instructions to make him not like one of us did it. As long as we keep the humans in the dark, things can go back to normal.
Well, when you say things go back to normal, the Nos looks at the Shadow King and just there's a sadness. She just says,
and oh yeah, like at that, before she says anything, Timothy just looks at Jen and Base or Jean. Sorry, and goes, things will never go back to normal. This is the new normal.
You speak the truth. Normal died that night 2 years ago. Normal is this.
And he actually looks at the Shadow King, and he actually poses the question: could Queen Anne rouse him?
That's a good question, actually.
I actually posted the answer in chat. Cast chat. Don't think that I posted
Queen Anne could match him. Queen Anne could match him.
She has the same. So
yeah,
I believe rules not enough.
Yeah, it's not enough. It needs to be at least one higher.
I did post who could.
I suppose it would depend on how much you're wanting to change things up.
Oh, yeah, that one to do it. Tee. Who is that, Shadows? Sorry.
Red caps and red lists.
We are not going to the red list, you monster.
No, that's the chapter name.
That's the name of the chapter.
Right. I was like, wait, dude, I'm not letting you get to the red list.
No, that's
Anyway,
the name,
we're not-
literally the name of the chapter in the book.
Well, which page is that? Sorry. There we go. Never mind.
I mean, it's fine. There's the Nos might not know.
The Norse are now insulted you said that, even though it was our account.
They didn't even know, like, they didn't know that Queen Anne was alive. They're clearly not doing their job.
I mean, they've stayed beneath. They've stayed in the sewers. They've been staying outside. They're scared.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they have a reason to be scared. They've had their asses handed to them.
So the Norse is a bitch, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see who you're talking about. Yeah.
Actually, Timothy would look at this Nos straight in the eye and go, if we are to, and goes, I have met many a Nos in my life, in my unlife, and I know none of you enjoy cowering in fear. And I know that none of you enjoy joy of being forced to hide. And he basically goes, if we don't work together in some way, Antigen will never be destroyed. We need the resources and skills, Clan Nosferatu, at our backs. We can help you.
Yeah. I remember who you're talking about now, Shadows. I remember that particular kindred. Yeah, the Nos just says, there is another Clan Bruja. She despises Mithras. She will help you if you promise to kill Mithras or help her kill him. She will help you do anything. She can wake the king.
And Timothy smiles and goes, oh, I'm sure the queen wouldn't be unhappy about that.
Yes, Mithras's death would be a tragedy for us all. It was him that started it, don't you know? He did this.
Well, of course he did. That arrogant piece of shit thinks he's a literal god.
And there's just a low rumbling growl. Clearly this Nos is not a fan of Mithras. A lot of people aren't a fan of Mithras.
And a lot of people are deathly afraid of even saying that name.
Yep. But this Nos is like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, if there's a chance I can get rid of this prick and bring my city back to some form of normality compared to what it was before, I'm gonna say that name.
It's not as the embodiment of fear of the name only increases fear of the object.
Mm-hmm.
And Timothy basically holds out his hand and basically, for the fall of Mithras.
To the fall of our enemies. To the end of the so-called sun god.
and he actually holds out his hand to shake.
The nos will raise itself up and just put a paw on your hand.
Should I be taking a picture of this moment, or gentleman's agreement? Got it.
The nos just looks at you and just does a slow blink. Just but doesn't have any reaction beyond that.
And he actually asks, "Do you have any message you would want me to relay to the Queen?"
Only that I believe when the king awakes, he will be open to dialogue. He too was not fond of our so-called ruler. But if we are going to do this, we will need to act quickly. He will return eventually and try to claim this city as his own.
And Timothy basically asks, "Did you mention the name of the Bruja, or just that there was a Bruja?"
Oh yes, the Bruja is bound to the London Museum. If I'm not mistaken, she can't leave it, right? She's bound there.
No, it basically depends on how the story went with the original module, because they could have the goal was to let her out of the museum.
All right, well, we'll say, in that case,
I mean, the problem was just that she was surrounded by SI.
Yeah.
And she didn't want to just kill all of them. Because she could. She very well could.
Yeah. There are rumors that she was killed by the by antigen, but I have also heard rumors that she lived, that she escaped.
Okay, and
she'll say an area where this Bruja is said to reside, while trying to gather resources of her own.
The Bruja is just in the Natural History Museum inside a giant T-Rex skull, just hanging out there.
And
why not?
And as she says that, and she goes, he turns to Jean and basically goes, This has honestly been a lot more productive than I originally anticipated.
Yeah, they have been really useful for carrots.
And he turns to the Nos and he goes, I don't think I caught your name.
Insert name here.
Becky.
What?
Becky.
No.
You could be cheesy and go Katerina.
No.
Or just Cat.
No, she's Annika.
And at that, I suggest we fade to the second group.
Yes. And and then the camera fades as she says her name. And we see the second group. Running back in time, we see the second group arriving at the warehouse. And everything looks fine. The warehouse looks
we were going to the fire.
Yeah, where the phantom fire was. You're muted.
Yeah, so I am. No, we were going to the fire that I was at last night.
I thought you were going to the warehouse. Oh, okay.
No, it's because we were going to try and see if there's any like spiritual residue in the other world.
Yeah. Okay, then you go to the building. There's police tape on the entrance. You know the whole do not enter thing.
Is there any police about?
No, it's nighttime. Like, there wasn't anything particularly noteworthy about this fire, so police aren't hanging around.
Yeah, there's probably going to be like one just to make sure people aren't just stealing stuff, but that's about it.
Yeah. There's like a police officer in a car, but he's like dozing off because, you know, he doesn't give a shit. Like this is a shit job.
So we just head inside then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna make sure to be extra careful about it. And as we step in, like, how big was the fire? Was it like? Also, was it like a tenement block? Was it like a single house kind of?
I was thinking like an apartment building, just a block of apartments.
Yeah, so a tenement or brownstone, I think is what they're called.
So we'll probably go to the starting point. Like, even though there was no, accelerant, we would probably go to the location where the fire was reportedly started.
Yeah, it's the bit where it was like the fire started here, kind of thing.
Yeah. The fire started in the front room.
All right, we'll.
There are many front rooms because there are many apartments.
Let's just say it's, I don't know, flat 2-1 or something. It's on the second floor, the first floor.
Yeah, it's the first room on the second floor. Why not? So that's where the fire started and very quickly spread out. The fire started in the front room of that particular apartment.
I'm specifically wearing soft-soled shoes at the moment, so they don't leave as much in the way of footprints.
Is Joey also wearing?
If Joey would have been told to, I assume.
Yeah, I would have either told or just handed him like a pair of like gym shoes. It's like these will be less noticeable.
Yeah, you would probably tell Joey to wear them, and he would make sure to wear high quality soft-soled shoes.
Oh, of course, his are like designer and everything. You can see the label on the end on the side.
Yeah.
Also, as we're heading in, as pretty much the way this is a TV show way. The way I see it is, as we cut from the NOS, it's a black screen. Then we hear snippets of the song Firestar playing. As we back out, we hear that the song Firestar is coming out of Joey's earbuds as we're entering the apartment.
Oh, of course.
The worst. Yes, sure. Why not? It's Judas Priest. Why not? And
all right, then.
Yeah, you go into the apartment building, or the flat rather, and
I will have a look around with the spirit site because of Auspex.
Yep. Okay.
And I will do Seen the Unseen.
It's the same power. We're using the same power, but I think you have slightly better Auspex than me, so we might as well try it.
My Auspex is 2.
Yeah, mine is 1.
Well, you can both try or you can assist. I mean,
do you want to just assist me?
What's your dice pool? Because I think mine is going to be 5.
It's resolve Auspex.
Yeah,
because you're actively looking.
Yeah, so I'll have a dice pool of 5. What do you reckon?
I would have a dice pool of 4 or 5 if you assist.
Do you want to assist me? Because then I can get a 6.
Sure.
Okay.
Because I'll probably be forcing a premonition afterwards, so you can.
You don't need to rouse for sense.
Yeah, no, that was me hitting the wrong one
button.
Yep. So I'll do it this way because it doesn't really work too well. So I'll just do resolve. I'll do resolve and then add my wits to it. No. What's the thing again?
Resolve.
Oh, is it resolve? I thought it was wits.
It's wits if the GM is rolling for you. It's resolve if you're rolling.
Oh, in that case, we're actually the same. So we're literally at the same dice pool, no matter which way we're helping.
Funnily enough, Lucia actually has a 5, no matter the dice pool.
Well, I'll let you roll then because you'll be leading this investigation.
Okay.
So this is your thing. Should I go?
Yeah. So hang on. Roll 20 just being a bit weird.
And Jen is gone. Jen is gone.
All right, so it's technically my resolve with a modifier of 2, one of which is for the aspects and one of which is you helping.
Yeah. You can honestly just on the sheet just roll discipline.
Yeah, I've not set that up fully. It's kind of like it didn't really work properly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna willpower that.
No, roll 2 dice then.
Yeah.
And
3 successes.
This is why we don't do the talky person and the and the firefighter do the investigation.
You see.
I am good at looking around at things, but I forgot I wasn't aware it was a resolve check, because if it was a wits check, it's like, yeah, I'm actually pretty good at wit stuff.
Yeah, you see. At first, you don't really notice anything, but then as you move around, and you see like the room from a different angle, you see the way the light plays through the front room, and the light seems to shimmer weirdly. And as you look, it's like you're looking at an incredibly thin material, like cobwebs that are flapping in the breeze, slowly moving backwards and forwards. But there is a very slight tear in this material, and that's what's causing this fabric to move back and forth. But it's not a real fabric. It is immaterial. You can only see it with auspex.
Mm-hmm.
You can roll an occult intelligence to know what that is.
I am going to pass that one over to Joey because my occult is shit. I will point out there's some ethereal cloth stuck to the window.
No, it's more like draped across the room. It can only be seen from certain angles when you're staring in the right direction.
Joey using their auspex looks at this material as well. I'm assuming that's possible. Pulls out a book and starts flipping through a few pages because he would have brought some material with it. And roll. You said intelligence auspex?
Intelligence occult.
Can I get +1 assist from Lauren?
Sure.
And can I get +1?
Actually, no, because Lauren has nothing in occult, so you can't. Sorry.
Damn it. Can I get +1 because I brought some materials for my life?
Sure. I have a +1. And
I will rouse.
Woot.
And once again, there is no side effects for the Toreador.
Just as a thing, actually, I know we can only see it in certain angles and using auspex. Can we actually touch it at all?
It's not material. It can't really be touched.
I'm re-rolling that 10. I already have a crit without that 10, so I don't want to bestial this.
Yeah, that's you got.
Yeah, you'd have to re-roll both 10s not to get a crit.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I? I just need to re-roll the hunger.
You can't
re-roll hunger.
Oh yeah, fuck me.
So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, but bestial crit.
Then never mind. I can't. I'd rather just get the information.
Okay. I mean. Okay, you will get a Toreador compulsion. What are the Toreador compulsions?
I do not know. Someone with more intelligence.
I will find the book.
Okay, then, thank you.
I don't have a book because they are expensive.
I mean, yeah, I just kind of grabbed this when it's available because it's been out of print for ages.
What you see before you, Joey, is a representation of the veil. Here it is thinner. It has been damaged. And that tiny little hole, as you watch, it's already shrinking more and more closed. But something burst through the veil. And like explosively burst through it, which is why it's so tattered and thin. But it's already knitting closed. Whatever damage was done is being undone.
So the Weaver is doing their job, but that's good. But
actually, you roll a d10 to see what your compulsion is.
All right. Please roll a d10 then, Joey. See what compulsion you get.
Oh.
That is hunger. So
you're hungry.
you're now just thinking about what you want to eat next.
Yeah, you feel your beast is just like, I'm bored, I'm hungry, feed me. But I don't know. What? I mean, we were going to do the whole other people are playing other people's beast thing, see how that goes. But
yeah, sorry, I forgot about that.
That's fine.
But yeah,
yeah.
So Joey shakes his head and goes, "We'll need to get a snack after this." But yes, good. I have good news and bad news. He says, closing his book. Good news. What this thing is healing itself slowly, so it should be nice and knitted up in probably a few hours.
What is the bad news then?
What this is you know the fail list, right? You know, the immaterial bed sheet between us and other realities?
The thing that we stopped the Sabbat from opening 10 years ago.
Yes, that. Well,
that isn't quite what you were stopping them doing, but something to that effect, yes.
Yeah, that's why Joey just said yes, because it's
I have no occult.
Yeah.
She just thinks it was a gate to the veil.
Yeah.
Nope.
The fail was essentially, again, this is the layman's term.
You're a layman.
There's a curtain between our world and other worlds. Well, something decided to Kool-Aid Man this shit into our reality. And this is the result.
Whatever that was also started the fire. I was overhearing from my colleagues that we thought it was an electrical fire, but the fuses are still, well, they're heat damaged and they're warped.
It could have been.
They're actually intact.
The fire could have been a reaction from the fail. I myself would need more clemency on this, so I assume we should go see Miss Ice.
And you're not going to try to force a premonition?
But the voice in my head said that I should continue with my plan of forcing premonition. Although I am really hungry right now.
I asked if you were going to, because you did say you wanted to.
Perhaps we should stop for a bite to eat before we...
Nom.
The issue...
There is a conveniently placed police officer outside.
Yeah, but he's ugly.
I mean, it's so, just stop and go.
Well, actually, does Joey actually say, yeah, but he's ugly?
Yeah.
Lauren's just like if you cannot wait until we get to the chantry, you're going to have to suck it up.
Fine. But first, Joey's eyes glisten and his pupils become those lotuses as he wants to proc the premonition first.
Yeah, she's just like, Joey, okay, he's gone.
Joey, roll for premonition.
His pupils become a lotus symbol with just spinning.
Yeah, so she like snaps her fingers a couple times, just realizes you're completely gone. Yeah. It's like, he'll come back.
Roll to see weird things.
What's the roll for premonition for people that have the books?
God damn it! No, I need to find that.
It's an Auspex power, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Auspex something.
I had a PDF, but it got.
It's a resolve Auspex check, and you also need to you can either do it for free or you can rouse if you're forcing it.
I'm forcing it, so rouse. Once again, the Toreador doesn't pay anything. Rouse again for more dice if I can. Can I search the blood for discipline powers? I forget the rule for that.
I think you can. I'm not sure.
No, because more dice is always more good.
More dice is more better.
Yeah. And willpowering that.
Mm-hmm.
For crit.
So
that's 6 successes.
Yeah, that's good.
You peer into the veil, and at first, like because of the reroll, it's like at first you see something, but then you force yourself to calm. You force that the beast who's whining about food to shut the hell up, and you peer harder into whatever realm it is you peer into when you are doing this, and you see a small child. She is wearing what looks like a cardigan, a short dress, and little shoes, and she has her hair tied back in a ponytail, and she is shouting at two children who are playing in the room, who are completely ignoring her and who are not responding to her at all. And the more they ignore her, the angrier this child becomes, and soon her skin starts to crack and blacken, and still the children do not pay any attention to her. It's like they cannot see or hear her. And the cracks begin to emit flame as her body soon becomes engulfed in an inferno, as she just lets out this almighty scream of rage, and there's just an explosion of fire. And the kids are not killed, but they are very badly burned, as it's force and fire. So the children are thrown out of the room, but the fire follows rapidly, and that's how the fire started. You would assume that's how the hole in the veil appeared as well. Just the force of that anger punctured the veil. At least that would be a good assumption to make.
Joey blinks casually and pulls out from his bag a wine and a cup and pours a bit. Takes a sip. Well, that was interesting.
What did you see?
A little girl wants to play with the two kids that lived in this apartment, but no matter how she screamed, they couldn't hear her. Maybe some kind of spirit.
That would seem fitting. If a spirit could see the children and want to engage with them and be unable to interact, it would. I imagine the stress caused would have. And she kind of sort of just waves vaguely to the room. It's like, well, rip the veil off, rip the veil asunder.
The girl literally exploded into fury and fire.
Question is, where is she now? Because if she's a wraith, I don't know really much about ghosts, but I don't think they can burn.
I have no clue. I am not a Hakata.
Right. Well, you're clearly needing something to eat, and we have a very convenient.
Yeah, the beast will not shut up.
She actually kind of looks out the window at this, just like looking down at the police car. Like, oh, he's asleep. I don't even have to do anything.
You may need to pull me off, or don't. It doesn't matter.
Sorry. Cheers.
Yeah. So, yeah, Joey.
I'm actually going to go down first because he's asleep, and that is ostensibly my predator type. I'm just going to quietly just open the door beside him and then just have a bite.
Yeah, I mean, I assume you're avoiding going in front of the car so you're not caught on the dash cam, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I go around like the side and then just sort of enter in the side.
Okay, just jump in through the windscreen.
No.
Motherfucker.
So we share this dude then. The issue here is, do you know what hunger I'm currently on?
What hunger are you on?
1.
Oh, so you can't actually clear it until you. Oh, you're gonna actually have to kill him because your beast won't shut up until you clear a track of hunger, and you can't clear it without killing him.
Oh, that's a shame.
Or are you continue? That was the main reason I just kept rousing a few minutes ago, hoping to increase my hunger.
Yeah, and apparently,
I mean, you can use an ability again. You can try and see if you can make yourself actually hungry. Like, I'll allow you to cheese it if you want.
Nah, Ryan, just eat him. Do it.
But he's ugly. He doesn't deserve the.
Do you have a prey exclusion?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's fine.
It's just
Tomatoes.
roleplay.
Deserve to live, Ryan. He's a cop. Get him.
It's just roleplay wise, Joey. There's not an actual play exclusion, but roleplay wise, Joey's just a very, very up his own ass.
Yeah.
In a city where Operation Antigen holds sway, in a city where the Second Inquisition has been born anew, the Inquisition has been born anew and is spreading. In a city where the kindred have been almost wiped out, and the police are the very heart of that Inquisition. Yes, please do feed on this police officer.
So, Lauren, I may need to train this gentleman a tiny little bit dry. How do you feel about making this look like a, smash and grab?
And I take it your inner voice won't be quiet until you do.
No, it's very annoying.
If you want, like you can look like it's London. You can look for a mugging and anything, any kind of terrible, horrible thing that's going on. Like
the issue is Joey himself doesn't care. He knows that Lauren cares.
Well, that's why I'm saying. I was suggesting for Lauren. It's like you could drag Joey to any number of
she's already had her
whatever.
fill. She's already had her fill down to 1.
Yeah.
And did he stay asleep?
Who?
The police officer.
Yeah, he's still asleep.
Right. Okay. So he's
just having very different dreams now.
Oh yeah, because of the kiss.
Yeah, he's having dreams about this woman who looks like a businesswoman, and he's just going, "Step on me, mummy." I mean, what? It's really weird dreams.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, she will actually literally just sort of sit there outside the police car for a minute and just like.
Does it stipulate you have to devour a human, or can you drain an animal dry?
You need to have something which at least has the same blood pool as a human.
To reduce your hunger to 0, it has to be a human.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah, it has to be like you're consuming their soul.
Well, that's what you get for rolling a 2. I'm trying to be helpful, damn it.
Yeah, she's like sort of pauses like, we leave him alone. I'm going to find you something else.
Fine.
And I'm going to try and find someone who following along with my own convictions and the tenets of the Chronicle, fits with someone we can.
Okay, then. Wits awareness, I guess, to find a person doing a bad.
Okay. I'm going to rouse and watch as I immediately get hungry again.
Lol. Please do. That'd be hilarious.
I do not get hungry.
Damn.
This is just Joey's stain.
Okay, Joey, just for a laugh, roll a d10. If you get if you get a success, then this criminal will be attractive.
That's a success.
It's an attractive looking criminal.
I get
you could even say it's a smooth criminal.
Get out. I did get 3 successes in finding a mugging happening though.
You find a mugging happening. It's London. It's a thing that happens. Do not walk around in London after dark alone.
At least in certain parts of it.
Yeah, certain parts of London. It's a lovely city. I've been to London. It's a lovely city. Just don't walk around.
What is the scene of the mugging? Because I do have an idea.
It's the stereotypical thing you see in TV shows. It's somebody in an alleyway, like a woman walked down an alleyway for a shortcut. This guy saw an opportunity, is trying to take a pass, and has got a knife out. And
in that case, she's just gonna like sort of gesture to Joy's like, feel free to go for the guy. I'm going to make sure the woman's okay.
Okay then.
I was honestly expecting you to say, for you to turn to Joey and be like, "Feel free," and Joey attacks the woman.
No, we go after the mugger, not the person being mugged.
Yeah. I whistle at the mugger and I activate awe.
Both the mugger and the woman are like, "What?"
I'm going to make sure that I'm immediately going to make eye contact with the woman and just go forget.
Okay, the woman forgets, but awe is still a thing.
Oh, bollocks.
I mean, the woman has now forgotten she's been mugged, but she is still awed by Joey.
Yeah. You would also have to roll to persist, I believe.
Yes.
What is the roll?
Intelligence resolve, I think. Off the top of my head.
Yeah, intelligence resolve.
All right.
So I think you have to beat Joey's awe.
There's a roll for him as well.
And what do I roll?
I
think it's charisma presence.
Oh, fuck. Crap.
Well.
Does Joey's stunning affect you with this charisma roll?
I mean, I'd say probably.
Well, I'm asking
technically,
it doesn't apply to power rolls.
Yeah.
I mean,
this isn't him rolling to convince her. It's just the power.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this is supernatural attraction.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So I need to fuck.
Apologies. Again, Joey, I had to go with this because it's what Joey's instincts would tell him.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to facilitate it in the least horrible way possible.
So yeah, the mugger and the woman are completely enamored, and Lauren, even you're a little taken. I mean, Joey's kind of hot. I mean,
fuck,
there's just something about a man in a dress. It's just.
He's like handsome Squidward. It's like, damn.
I look at the woman and I say, "Be a dear, there's a shop about." I give her a shop that's pretty far away.
Yeah.
And I say to her, "There's a particular drink I like, a really nice wine. Go get me it."
Very particular to the 2007 vintage.
Okay. And she turns and takes her bag.
I don't need to roll. It's just a yes at this point. Yeah. I look at him and goes,
well, she's an unsuspecting mortal, so no, you don't.
Then I look
However, at least she should be able to forget at least.
Yeah. It'll wear off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll wear off once she's far enough away. But for now, yeah, she is. She's enamored. She's, I'm going to get you a drink for this handsome person.
Then I look at the man and go, well, you've not been the nicest man, have you? Start stepping up towards him.
And he goes, no, I've been a very bad man.
Well then, looks him up and down. Yeah, not fitting, but I'm sure Michael can at least dispose of you once we're done. I buy his neck.
And then nom.
I'm not looking at this because I don't actually want to witness this. Like I'm still looking at Joy as much as possible, but I'm kind of like angled so that I'm looking at his back, so I don't have to watch him do this.
Yep. I think that's everything for. Is there anything else that's being done? I mean,
no. I just drain him dry and gain a stain, I assume.
Okay then.
You
need to roll to see if you can make it look like just like a murder, basically.
Do you reckon that'd be a streetwise check? Because it's like
probably, yeah. Like an intelligent streetwise or something.
Well, my plan is we came here with my car, I'm assuming, with my ghoul. I'm just gonna have my ghoul put him in the boot and then get rid of the body that way.
Fair enough. The ghoul will throw him into the Thames.
Of course, making sure,
Yeah.
Not to be on cameras. Right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are better ways to dispose of a body than throwing them at the thumbs.
Do you think my little basement doesn't have a furnace?
That's fair. In that case,
the less I know about your basement, the happier I will be.
Yes. Okay. Might I suggest that? Okay, Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
At around this time, you get a text saying Meet us at the Queen's Court.
Okay.
From
Timothy.
So yeah, this gentleman is
And if we zoom back to Timothy and the gang. So Timothy, you see Timothy break a burner phone, throw it in a nearby dumpster, pull out another burner phone, and he is contacting
So
Scarlett
have we left the
Churchill.
sewers?
I'm assuming we have.
Yeah, I'm assuming you've left the sewers.
I'm using a different burner phone to contact Scarlett Churchill.
Okay.
Saying the court needs to be summoned.
I so badly want her to just like text back with a thumbs up emoji.
Okay.
just this very old Ventru just be like, okay.
and he would also say I have some information that Anne needs to know. And he is not using her title because this is over the phone.
Yeah. So to say, imagine all this is done in code. Again, I'm assuming base competency. So imagine all this is done with code words and shit. But yeah. So you
then once he's done texting, he will also snap that burner phone in half and then throw that in a dumpster.
Just set something up for you so you don't have to keep throwing them away.
That's going to start drawing attention after a while.
Yeah, I was about to make the joke that like somebody comes along and says, "Gosh, there's a suspicious number of burner phones in this bin."
He was throwing it in a different dumpster. Okay.
Okay.
I can still get you something like mine, where you don't have to get it, throw it away.
I'm actually going to hit Lucia up on that offer later.
Timothy actually stops and goes, "Wait, you can do that?"
Yeah.
Because he has no tech and doesn't understand technology in the least.
Yeah, I can just get you a randomizer, just grab a random unused number, actually just steal someone else's. Like, it's pretty easy.
Joey's phone is the same way.
Timothy's just over there like, how do I computer?
Pretty much, yeah. He is literally a grandpa. So anyway,
so, we're just gonna go back to this like So what's this dead body doing here? I don't know, not much.
It's not doing much now, it's dead.
So can we cut to
No. I imagine the scene is somebody gets back and is like, so what's this dead body doing here? The person looks away from the dead body and just goes, I don't know, and then someone else is like, what dead body? And we just see the ghouls shoving the body into the furnace and slamming the door closed. What? Is there something I can help you with?
Lauren is having a night.
Can we cut to the court?
Yeah, 15 minutes left.
Okay.
Joe would be like, so I assume we'll get heading there instead of the Chantry then.
It would appear that court has been summoned, so we're going to have to make an appearance.
Okay. I mean,
our investigations findings can wait until next night.
Yeah, we can let the court stuff happen in the next episode, if you'd rather. I mean, I've got one last
time, don't we?
Do we?
We've got 15 minutes.
Okay, we can do the scene quickly. Then I have one last scene before we end for this week, and yeah, I have an announcement. Remind me, I need to announce a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Queen Anne and Lady Scarlet are waiting, as well as various other members of the court. Apparently 18 members of the court. Thank you, Timothy.
Look, Timothy kneels before the Queen. Insert etiquette platitudes here.
Yeah. The Queen waits for you all to do the etiquette bullshit, the niceties. And then she just, and then she just says, "You summoned us, my dear boy." She wouldn't say that. What am I talking about? So you summoned us,
and he puts his hands behind his back, and he goes, We have found the Shadow King.
I see. I feared he had perished along with many others.
He is in torpor.
That explains a few things. I've tried to reach out to him, but I never got a response.
So, there is an ancient Bruja that the Nosferatu told me about. I do not know if she is currently alive, but she was at one point bound to the London Museum.
Yes, I think I know who you're talking about. Gwendolyn, whatever her friggin' name is. Gwenllian. Ah, yes, Gwenllian.
Guinevere.
Yeah, sure, why not? And yes, I have heard of her. She would be a powerful asset to get on side if you can accomplish that.
She has a burning hatred for Mithras. If we promise to end his life, she will do anything for us.
I would share that assumption. Yes, she has no love lost for that arrogant fool.
And
very well. From what I have gathered, and she'll then proceed to give you a location where she believes Gwendolyn, that person, is staying hidden. Whatever her fucking name is. Stuff and things.
Honestly, being a Bruja, she would probably just go like something simple like Gwen.
Probably.
Yeah.
Gwenllian, that's it. Gwenllian Arwen. Epitaph is the Lioness of Britain. So, no big deal.
I look at Joey, though, does Lauren with a should we give our report or should we keep ourselves quiet?
Lauren just kind of sort of does like she's now changed out of her sort of casual attire of her various investigations and is now in like a proper suit and everything. And she just kind of very quietly sort of tugs on her collar a little, which in the time that Joey's known her, that's basically the sign of like, no, just leave it for now.
Joey just nods, sign.
And Timothy also says he gives the name of the Nosferatu he talked to, and basically says once the Shadow King has been awakened, he would be open to dialogue with the court.
That is promising. I suggest you find this Bruja and see if she is amenable to a trade.
And he bows before the Queen and says, "May the Camarilla live on."
May the Camarilla live on.
I assume the court then erupts into everyone saying that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Camarilla lives.
Because there's nothing cultish going on here.
No, he wouldn't have said "May." The Camarilla lives on.
Yeah. The Camarilla lives.
There is no May.
Yeah.
Even if we fall, the Anarchs will just become the new Camarilla.
I mean, I hope Joey doesn't actually say that in court.
No, he wouldn't.
It'd be an interesting thing to say in court. Everyone just turns to Joey like, yes, please do continue.
It's easy. It's why I personally support the Camarilla, because the other choices are the Sabatu suck, and the Anarchs will either fall apart or essentially just become the Camarilla anyway.
Yep.
So you might as well stick with the original flavor and not the diet ripoff.
Yeah, the Diet Coke of
the own brand of Camarilla.
Yeah. The Camarilla is Kool-Aid, the Anox are Flavor Aid, and Flavor Aid is what's responsible for a lot of death.
Anyway, I think that ends the court scene. So there is one final scene. The camera fades to black on that court scene with the whole, the camera lives, rabble, rabble, and the camera fades back in.
It's a lot more. We're all just very quietly reserved about it. We are vampires after all.
Yeah, it's like the camera lives, rabble.
It's the vampiric equivalent of a golf clap, actually.
Yes. So the camera fades out and fades in on a scene. We see a girl's bedroom. She's long, mousy blonde hair. She's sat at her desk, head bobbing to music on her headphones, and she is writing something and then reaches away across her desk to grab at a plate and accidentally knocks what she's reaching for, an apple, away from her hand, and it falls. And then she, without even looking, without even seeming to realize what she's doing, she just instinctively reaches down, and the apple stops in midair and is pulled into the girl's hand. And the girl just picks the apple up and just starts eating the apple as she continues writing. And that's the last scene. And
Deuce, you had an announcement.
There is an announcement after that final scene. So I do believe one or two of you are going to be away on the 7th and the 14th.
I am away on the 14th.
Yeah, I'm out on the 14th.
Yep, so we're going to have absences on the 7th and the 14th.
How dare.
So there's not going to be a show, but assuming all the players are up for it, the present players are up for it, we'll be streaming some Among Us, or what was that game you wanted to do? Goose Duck?
Goose Duck. It's like Among Us, but 100 times better. And because it has an inbuilt voice chat, you don't have to, mess around with it.
So basically, instead of the VTM show, we'll be bullshitting in a multiplayer game for a while and doing that instead. I've never played Among Us, so prepare for me to be absolutely awful. Sorry, what? Sarah, you were saying something? Sarah?
I think she's frozen.
Yeah.
Sarah!
It was doing so well, and then literally the last scene just went, no.
Sarah! I can't do the Metal Gear thing.
Yeah.
I can't do the Metal Gear thing.
You were saying something and then you stopped.
So if you guys are playing Among Us next week, does that mean you're going to be sussy little backers then?
100%.
I hate you so much.
I did actually hear what you said there.
But in the spirit...
She asked if we were going to be sussy little buckers.
But in the spirit of, my clan, I am totally innocent and would never lie or hurt any of you.
That is
Which one of us has a murder basement?
I'd like to press X to doubt. I'd like to roll to disbelieve.
That's the issue. The issue is because of the fact I played Joey, and even if I'm telling you the truth, you're like, you could be telling the truth, but you also played Joey, so we instinctively can't trust you.
Yeah, it's like it is possible you're telling the truth, but you're you. So,
but you're the one who willingly said my character has a murder basement.
It do be like that. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone's enjoyed. Jenny, no, someone's camera died. Lauren, Sarah's camera died.
No, I'm back. I'm literally just about to do something.
Okay then. I hope everyone's enjoyed watching. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next week as we do random multiplayer bullshit. Goodbye.
Happy birthday.
Yep, that too.